What?
Looks like Shannon Sharpe has made a sharp wrong turn down the wrong way, at least according to this $50 million lawsuit that he finds himself defending himself against.
What?
Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if you're so motivated to do so. This is Wonders of a Black Woman. Well, Shannon Sharpe is being sued for a whopping $50 million. His ex-girlfriend claimed that he R-worded her. This is coming to the public after a settlement was not agreeable. He had offered her $10 million to keep her mouth shut, and she chose not to do so. And she and her lawyer are fighting for $50 million. Now, Shannon was allegedly supposed to be a few days away from signing a $100 million deal, and I guess she wants more money than what he was willing to give her. He offered her $10 million, and she said, well, hey, I know that you got this $100 million coming in, so I know that you already have money. So she and her attorney decided to go public with this. Now, Shannon Sharpe is no stranger to his escapades being brought into the public spotlight. As we know, that sex tape was released or accidentally released that was exposed on the internet not too long ago. But this is pretty explosive. So I'm just read a little bit from the Los Angeles Times that Shannon Sharpe denies R-wording ex-girlfriend after she sues for $50 million. And he's calling it a shakedown. He is calling it a shakedown. As you know, Shannon Sharpe is a Pro Football Hall of Famer and a sports media personality. He's also famous for his YouTube Club Shay Shay show. And the woman had accused him of R-wording her. He had been in a consensual relationship with this woman. She's also does role playing, from my understanding, and things like that for money on OnlyFans. He allegedly met her in a gym, and they were together for about 2 years. So the lawsuit filed Sunday night in Clark County, Nevada. The woman, identified in the lawsuit as Jane Doe, is seeking $50 million in damages for claims of assault, SA, battery, sexual battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress after multiple alleged non-consensual encounters in her Las Vegas apartment between October and January. Tony Busby, in a statement, had said that the lawsuit filed under the pseudonym of Jane Doe, her name has been released and her photographs, which I will not be showing her photographs because she wants to be known as Jane Doe. So, lays out a pattern of intimidation, manipulation, and abuse, including allegations that Sharpe repeatedly threatened to choke and slap Jane Doe. Now, he responded to the accusations Monday by posting a statement from his attorney. Mr. Sharpe categorically denies all allegations or coercions or misconduct, especially the gross lie of the R word, and will not submit to what he sees as an egregious attempt at blackmail. The statement reads, he stands firmly by the truth and is prepared to fight in these false allegations vigorously in court, looks forward to vindication through due process and a judgment based on the facts. Now, people are saying that Busby has a reputation of going after wealthy black men in blackmail and shakedown style. At least that's what Shannon Sharpe is saying. Here's what I would say about this particular case. This is what I have to say about this. You know, you have men like Shannon Sharpe that, and I'm not saying that he did what he's being accused of. He's going to have his due process and all of this and all of that. But here's what I say about this. You have a lot of these wealthy men. This one, Shannon's in his 50s. She's like 20 years old. I believe that she literally is 20 years old. You have a lot of these wealthy men that think that because they're wealthy, they can run around and sleep with whoever they want, do whatever they want, and they end up getting caught in these situations where you have these women that could end up putting them in a position where they could be a victim of a shakedown. Now, do I think this woman is shaking him down? She could be shaking him down, but Shannon Sharpe put himself in a position where this woman could shake him down. Look, men, just because something's available to you doesn't mean that you have to take it. So especially if you're a handsome man or if you're a wealthy man, just because the P word is being thrown at you left and right, that doesn't mean that you have to sample and dip into every P word that you fancy. You know, this type of immoral behavior from these men, thinking that they could be with this one and that one, and you're damn near old enough to be this person's grandfather, and you're sleeping with her, and it's like the relationship goes south. She may not have the maturity to really deal with that. She may be seeing dollar signs. You never know. So I'm not saying that she is not a victim. I'm not saying that he's not a victim, because I do not know. But I know that a lot of these wealthy men think that money somehow makes it where it's okay for them to run around and have all of this sexual wild behavior or inappropriate behavior. And money does not cover everything. You look at P. Diddy and you see that even if everyone that participated in all of that, it was consensual, he opened himself up to being put in a position where somebody can say, hey, I'm not just going to let this man use me and have a good time and walk away and I don't get nothing out of it other than a wet butt or a wet P word. And that's all that I'm going to end up with is just bragging rights saying that I screwed this celebrity. So you have them going to attorneys, claiming that it was assault, claiming that it was against their will. And like I said, I wasn't there, so I wouldn't know if they're telling the truth or not. But people have to be careful of who they are getting involved with, because it could end up like this. So this is what's going on with Shannon Sharpe. He was doing well for himself, and he was taking his career in a different direction after his football career, and it was doing pretty good. And it seems like with a lot of these men, that P word, that sex word, brings them down every time.
What?
Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if you're so motivated to do so. This is Wonders of a Black Woman.